Okay, let's get into some more record albums that I recently obtained, but first we're going to get into some DVDs that I bought in fabulous Hamtramck, Michigan. This is the Stranglers Live San Francisco 1978 from distributed exclusively by Music Video Distributors, but it's actually a Target Video Presents type DVD. So if you're into early Stranglers, this thing's great, except for one thing. This thing has a huge problem, and that is the very, very last song, which is Get a Grip on Yourself, which is the Stranglers' best song, and it's on here, but it's running through the credits, so you don't get to see the band perform it. If you can set that aside, this is definitely a DVD that will satisfy. Here's another DVD from Target Video Presents. MVD Music Video Distributors, Iggy Pop live in San Francisco, 1981. This show is not the craziest Iggy Pop show you've ever seen, but it does satisfy. Alright, let's get into the records. This is the False Prophets from New York City, and this album is okay. If you pull it from 33 RPMs up to 40 RPMs, it's okay and it's interesting. It's from Alternative Tentacles Records, and it's I think it's a 1985 release, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's not worth the money I paid for it, but then again, what is? All right, this is the Stolen Wheelchairs. This is the band I saw the other night in Hamtramck that played for the Casualties, and they autographed the album jacket for me. And these dudes are a replica of Anti-Flag, so if you're into Anti-Flag, you'll probably dig this band. I thought they were a little too much like Anti-Flag without the song structure. But anyway, Stolen Wheelchairs they're okay. Alright, let's get into something that's more than okay. This is Skillet and Leroy, The Goodly Soul. The Johnny Otis Show Live. These are the dudes from Sanford & Son. And they have a little stage thing with women coming up there, and they're up there, and they're all talking into the mic. And this thing is recorded in a way to where the audience, I guess, cheer and applause is just as loud as what's going into the microphones on stage. So you really have to put this thing on and concentrate on it. But once you do, it's some out-of-sight comedy from Skillet and Leroy. And here's the little packaging on the inside that it comes with, advertising more from Laugh Records. All right. That's the comedy section. Okay, original soundtrack recording, Columbo, Ransom for a Dead Man. This thing is out of sight. I've probably shown this before, but again, if you can get a hold of this rare thing, the Columbo part is the part you want to buy it for. All right. Here we go. Did I show I think I showed this Venom Possessed thing, so I don't need to get into that. This is Super Sabato Gigante. And this is a compilation album from the San Francisco area that's got a bunch of punk rock bands on it. And here's the album cover. Not the album cover, but the album. Wait, there's a piece of paper stuck on the album. Maximum Rock and Roll. Anyway, this thing is some wild punk rock. It's very diversified without being boring. So I praise it for that. And here is another maximum rock and roll type situation called Public Safety. And this thing is not as good as the prior record that I just showed you, but it's definitely worth $6. It is $6 worth of a bunch of bands from Japan, Denmark, Sweden, USA, Spain, Israel, Finland, Sweden. Anyway, thrash, punk rock, melodic punk rock from all over the world. On this Public Safety album. All right, and what is this? Oh, this is the little book that comes with the Public Safety LP, advertising the bands on the LP, which it has the Observers, a great Portland, Oregon punk rock band. All right. This one cost me a little bit of money, but since they won't repress it, I cannot help that. This is Jimmy La Lumia and the Psychotic Frogs, Typically Tasteless. This is a killed by death type situation. How great this record is cannot be measured. Both sides are wonderful. Side 2 is just a little more wonderful than side 1. Side 1 has Mangle Me, which is over 4 minutes long. And then it also has You'll Never Walk Again, which is just over 3 minutes long. And then we get to side 2, which is the side. It has Eleanor Rigby and Fucked by the Devil. This is the side that will make you pay for this Jimmy La Lumia and the Psychotics Frog release from fabulous New York City in the late 70s. I think this thing came out in 1978. And nope, no, it doesn't fit in here because this little jacket's very small. So you gotta package it like this. Anyway, if you see this thing and it's under like $20 in a record store, definitely buy it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, let's finish this up with the Bus Boys. You know that band from the movie 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy? Well, this is The Boys Are Back in Town 7-inch from that movie. This is the Bus Boys Minimum Wage Rock and Roll. Not a lot of good songs on this. I bought this thing because this song was so great. The songs on this are not this great. And this is the Bus Boys American Worker. I also bought this thing because this was so great. But this one is a step above this one because this one has New Shoes on it, which the song New Shoes is just as good as The Boys Are Back in Town by the Bus Boys. Alright, that's going to be the end of this video. I got some more records to show, but we'll let those lie until another day. Alright, goodbye from Detroit.